Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Have you ever felt it? That moment when snow begins to fall and the entire world suddenly goes silent. And in that silence, the sounds of the night feel louder, closer, more terrifying. Tonight, we're stepping straight into that darkness. The host appears in a dimly lit room, a subtle winter backdrop behind him. Hello, friends. Welcome to Amit's Midnight Dread. My name is Amit Rajbar, and if you love scary stories, you're in exactly the right place. Tonight, we're answering a question many of you have been asking. Why do snowy nights feel so terrifying? From the darkest corners of the internet, we've gathered 3 stories so chilling they'll freeze you to the bone. Pull your blanket a little tighter, because these are the kinds of stories you need to hear. And after each one, we'll break down what makes them so deeply frightening. So, let's begin. Imagine this. It's Christmas Eve. A woman named Sarah has escaped the city for a few days of peace in a remote cabin. Snow-covered trees everywhere. No neighbors, no people for miles. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? The first night felt like heaven. Snow gently falling, a fire crackling, a book in her hands. But as the night grew deeper, something felt wrong. From the roof came a sound. Tap, 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 in a steady rhythm. Sarah told herself it was probably tree branches, but the sound was too regular, too intentional. Then she heard it, scratching at the back door, slow, persistent, relentless. Her heart pounding, Sarah peeked through the window. Nothing, just swirling snow. She whispered to herself, "It's just the wind, maybe an animal." But the scariest thing about being alone is that sometimes your mind isn't lying. Sometimes the truth is worse. Now the sound moved to the windows, sharp like fingernails dragging across glass. There was a whisper in the air, so faint she couldn't tell if it was real or just in her head. Sarah turned off every light and curled up beside the fire. Around 3 a.m., the power went out. Total darkness, total silence, and then, bang! A violent shudder against the front door. This wasn't knocking. This wasn't a warning. This was an attack. Sarah froze. She knew whatever was outside was not human, and it wanted to get in. She spent the entire night sitting in the bathtub, clutching a metal rod, listening to the sounds at the door come and go. Morning finally came. The snow was untouched, no footprints, no tracks. But the door, deep gouges, splintered wood, as if something with inhuman strength had tried to tear its way inside. Sarah fled the cabin, and she never looked back. What do you think was out there that night? Tell us your theory in the comments. Now, think about why this story works. First, complete isolation. No help, no escape. Second, the unseen threat. We never see what it was. A ghost? A creature? Something else entirely? That uncertainty is what makes it terrifying, because your mind creates something far worse than anything shown. If that story chilled you, make sure to like the video. Now imagine this, a frozen highway, a raging blizzard, and you're completely alone. Mark was driving late at night. Snow was coming down so hard he could barely see the road. Suddenly, the car died. No signal, no help, nothing but white darkness in every direction. Hours passed. The cold seeped into his bones. Then he saw it, a figure
standing in the middle of the highway, slowly walking towards his car. Tattered, old-fashioned clothes, barely visible through the snow. Mark honked, flashed his headlights. No response. As it got closer, something felt wrong. It had no face, just a smooth, empty surface. Its movements were strange, jerky, unnatural. Mark tried to restart the car. Nothing. Now it was only steps away. In his ears, he heard a hollow sound, like wind blowing through an empty skull. The figure stopped at the window. Mark shut his eyes. Skrrr, like ice scraping against metal. Then a long, painful groan. When he opened his eyes, it was gone. But on the window, a perfect handprint, bare, frozen. And inside the car, the temperature dropped instantly. Later, Mark learned locals had a name for it, a spirit that appears in blizzards, preying on stranded travelers. Have you ever seen something during bad weather that you still can't explain? Tell us in the comments. This story hits two deep fears, being trapped and facing the unknown. The missing face, the handprint, and the hint of local legend makes it feel disturbingly real. Now for the final story, because sometimes the fear isn't outside. Sometimes it's already in your room. Emily received an old snow globe from her grandmother. Inside it, a tiny house surrounded by snow. Everything seemed normal until she noticed changes. Every morning, the snow pattern shifted. The trees looked different. Then the dreams began. She was inside the tiny house. A violent storm raged outside. One night, she noticed something. Inside the globe, a small person staring directly at her. The next dream, the figure was real. Its eyes filled with ancient, cold hatred. She woke up, and the figure was standing by her bedroom door, waving. At that exact moment, snow began falling outside her window. Sometimes the most innocent objects hide the darkest secrets. When dreams and reality blur, fear becomes inescapable. Now think, what object in your room has always felt a little off? If you enjoyed these snowy nightmares, make sure to like and subscribe to Amit's Midnight Dread. Thanks for spending the night with us. Tell us in the comments which story scared you the most. Until next time, stay safe, stay warm, and maybe keep the lights on. We'll see you in the next video.